Goddesses and Gods. It's on Poo Moon, and this is
Kel Jordan.
And today we're going to be talking about Stop Feeding the Machine in today's episode of Dark Side of the Moon. So, what is the machine, you may be asking? The machine is media. Media has a funny way of trying to portray a way of life that we should be living, or the way that life should be or is, and it causes a really detrimental viewpoint and viewpoint for people that isn't real and doesn't benefit anyone and causes more harm than any good. And I feel as though, as artists, I'm always speaking from an artist perspective because that's who I am, we have so much power to control what we put out and how people are going to react and respond to that. If you're constantly putting out, let's say, bullshit, sex music, guns, shoot 'em up, kill everybody, low energy shit, like, how do you think that's going to
affect the masses?
Exactly. How do you think it's gonna affect society? Like, why do you think that we have this repetition that keeps seeming to happen in our neighborhoods?
What is the vicious cycle, and how do we end it?
Starts with us, and the inside of everyone. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, what can I be doing that could change the world? What am I doing now that is affecting the world? What am I saying now that's affecting the world?
You know, bro, very intelligent points, but to break it down even more, if you walk by a piece of trash on the ground, pick it up. It's really that simple. How are you taking care of the earth in every way, shape, or form? It's really just that simple. I think that's where we need to start over again. Is reminding people how easy it is. You know what I'm saying? To put good things into their ecosystem. And to take care of the earth. You take care of the earth, you're taking care of each other. Each one teach one. Start feeding people, for real. Like, start loving on people without expecting anything in return. Like, be a human being again. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have other emotions. It's okay to be broke. It's okay to be trying to find your way, people. That's what the media is not showing you. The reality of life. At 21 years old, everybody isn't rich. Everybody doesn't drive a Tesla or a Lambo or a Hellcat. These things aren't real. That's just what they want you to believe.
And with that point being said, be free to express whatever point of life that you're in. Don't feel like you have to put yourself in a box because it seems to be the thing that's making people pop or make them blow up. Like, that shit's temporary.
You don't have to dumb yourself down.
You really don't. And you don't also have to take away your individuality. You were here, placed in this body for a purpose. You were created to be who you are. So if you like talking about other things, then talk about those other things. Don't stop yourself. If someone says this shit done hard, that's just their perspective. You have to follow yourself. Follow who you are supposed to be. 333.
Facts. Anything that you create has to be created out of love, because love is the only thing that creativity can thrive through. So anybody that's bringing any negativity to your creativity, they're not moving in a space of love. And once you can identify that, you won't want to match their energy. You'll just continue to move forward. The power is in knowing how to approach things, because we want to attack problems in our community, not people. The people aren't the issue, the problems are. We can work together, and it's more powerful, and that's why me and Moon are here, is to show that we can work together, because we're on two totally opposite sides of the spectrum. But we love each other, so we decide to work together. We choose love. We choose unity. It's easier this way. And it's also more natural. And it's the ways of our ancestors. It's the things that we were taught and had to be. It kind of got washed away. A lot of the things that are true to who we are got washed away from us, and now we really don't know ourselves. So we depend on the media to tell us who we're supposed to be. And then we really just end up as the blind leading the blind.
And that being said, it's a wonderful perspective, because in this Western society, when they came over here, they had the ideal of divide and conquer, and ever since they came and divided and conquered, we replicated that because one, we were pushed into it because of slavery, and two, because we then felt like it was the way of life. And before they came here, some of us were already here, some of us came from whatever they brought with them, and we had different ways of living. It was much more community based versus separation based.
There's a reason why it's called a village, people. That's, I mean, if you don't get what I'm saying, you know, Google it. Google the definition of village, and then realize that most of you came from villages. Most of us. Also, I want to say something. I don't want to be like Kanye when he said like George Bush don't like black people, but I feel like it's just the facts here. Black people don't like black people. You are your own oppressor now.
Yeah, that Willie Lynch theory right there. Look into that. And how you keep a slave in bondage even after slavery.
Also,
make him hate himself.
I got a book that I want you guys to check out if you get a chance. How to Make a Negro a Christian. A reprinting of the religious instruction of the Negroes and other works by Dr. and Reverend Charles Colquitt Jones. How to Make a Negro a Christian. I feel like that's another episode for another time.
Yeah.
But it's a part of the media.
Yeah, it's part
because
of the
religion was the first form of media, of mass media. See?
Yeah, and I definitely touch bases on that point too, because religion is probably one of the most fantastic ways that they were able to control thousands of people's minds.
It's the best way.
It's honestly the best way, because if you can condemn someone to believe that they're going to hell so that they fall in line for the rest of their life,
wow,
that is truly fucked up.
Don't y'all take this video down YouTube. But it's definitely wild.
Okay.
And even on a deeper level than that, if you, as melanated creatures, if we don't realize that this religion was introduced to us through slavery, like this European idea, this European way of thinking and living, we were not moving like this. The fact that you have to differentiate between black Jesus and white Jesus should really tell you everything you need to know about Jesus and the way he's been presented to you in this world, in this lifetime, on this side of the world. And it's funny to me that we are the only people, the westernized people on this side of the continent, that believe the things that we believe. Others around the world, religion is more spirit-based, and it's more so moral-based as well. Christians are the only people who commit sins and then tell you that they ask God for forgiveness and feel like there will be no karma or no reckoning for the things that they put into the universe. Most others believe that whatever they reap, they will sow. Christians don't actually believe that. And this is also something I brought up the other day, and I kind of want your opinion on this too. I theorize that 90% of Christians have never read the Bible.
Oh, wow. I can actually kind of agree with that point, because I read the Bible, I was forced to read it because my grandparents was not playing with that. But if I had a choice as a kid...
How many of your friends have read the Bible?
Probably wouldn't have read the Bible. Shit, I wouldn't even know. I honestly wouldn't even know. I stay in my catalyst, stay in my bubble.
Yeah, you definitely are well protected, sir. But I would be willing to bet it's not too many that have read the Bible from cover to cover. Because, like, how could that be your religion if you haven't read it from cover to cover?
Exactly. You're just falling 100% into something. And
your parents were Democrats, so you're a Democrat. Your parents went to church, so you go to church. No, I'm using that as an example. Oh, okay. I wouldn't define myself as any of those things.
Yeah, I'm a human. For sure. I govern myself. Why are you trying to tell me what to do?
Yeah, we're not really interested in politics. Yeah, it's just facts, man. Don't be afraid to find out who you really are. It's actually pretty fun
And despite what they say, it's safe, and you're not gonna hurt nobody. I'm not saying like go and do stupid shit, but just kind of wake up to the reality that, you know, all this shit is out here is just fear, and every little lower emotion that branches from it, fear, destruction, anger, anguish, anxiety, depression, it's all pushed. It's intentional. It's to continue a replicated cycle.
This pandemic has been built off of fear alone. I theorize that most people die from the stress of getting diagnosed with coronavirus than actual coronavirus. I feel like they actually stress themselves to death. And so their bodies can't operate the right way in order to fight the virus off naturally. Plus, fear is leading people to get vaccinated. Fear is why people are still wearing these masks, knowing that you need to breathe, knowing that the air that you breathe in and breathe out needs to be released. It should not be contained in any way, shape, or form. Fear is why people are still clocking into their jobs and succumbing to having to get a vaccine to make $11 an hour. Hey, it's really just fear, and it's okay to be scared. It's not okay to be unaware, though. There's no excuse, because the information is literally in your face now. They can't hide it from you anymore.
Got a pocket Bible. Look, you got a pocket full of everything. Look, all it takes is a click.
And this lifetime gave you people like me and Moon, who, newsflash, we don't give a fuck about what they think. We're still gonna keep it real with you guys, regardless. So, hey, hate it or love it, the underdogs on top. Shout out 50 Cent.
Felt that. There was another point. The Earth is going through its cycle. The Earth has been going through cycles because it's a body, and we are the cells inside of that body. So therefore, there comes every point in time where it refreshes itself, and we are in a state of refreshment. And so, as molecules, and if you were in the body, and say you were inside of my body, and you were my soul, oddly enough, there would come a point in time where, like, I would have to get rid of you. And it's not even, like, trying to be funny or nothing, but I have to grow, and I have to heal certain parts of my soul, because that's how the organisms work. And so if we got a negative energy, and energy is a real thing, because it's molecules, we have a bunch of negative energies and the lower vibrational energies.
First of all, energy is one of the first things you've ever learned about.
Yeah, exactly. So there's actually a math equation for energy. So if you don't believe in energy, it's like
you don't believe in yourself.
You don't believe in yourself. You don't exist. You're just a figment of your imagination. But yeah, the Earth has to go through cycles, and so this 2020 was the cycle. And my theory, I would say theory instead of belief.
What do you theorize?
I theorize that the Earth is just basically cleaning itself. So this was a major opportunity for people to come in and say, oh, there's something that exists and it's a disease. But really, it's you have to shift yourself from a level of lower vibrational energy and shift yourself upwards in order to survive, like you said. But that was so hard for people to do because of the media, because of how the media has fed us.
Being miserable, it costs way more than being happy. And people let that sink in.
They're trying to make some money, bro.
Because when you're miserable, you do things you regret. Shit, I've been miserable before and punched a hole in the wall. I didn't get my deposit back.
Alright, so this is about the 4th time that this has happened. I have space on my phone, but my phone keeps stopping it from recording.
Every single time.
Every single time. Basically, I'm gonna say it really quick. The planet wants to get rid of stuff. You know, it's going through its bodily cycle because it's an entity, it's a body, it's a God, it's divine, and it has molecules inside of it. So 2020, that's what happened. And I'm theorizing here. I'm not saying this is the complete embodiment of it, but that is what I feel in my heart, my soul is telling me, in my spirit. And they capitalized off of that event. Said it's a pandemic, making everybody go into this fear state.
How much money you think they done made?
They probably made so much money off of this shit.
Millions and millions.
Pandemic, locking shit up,
Shout out to The Rock.
controlling shit, creating fear, you know, feeding off that fear, and then creating a fucking vaccine so they can make even more money and control even more people. I mean, you know, I've been pretty healthy this whole entire time. I don't go anywhere with a fucking mask. Okay,
No,
I was out there protesting with thousands of people, and I came home
Millions
healthy as fuck.
and millions.
Explain that, America. Explain that. Please explain that.
Leave you guys with a little piece of like something I wrote down. It says vaccination is the new form of programming. Well, it's been around now. I just have a clear understanding. Vaccination is the new form of programming. Something else I wrote down. I crossed over the day I realized these niggas was on some AI shit. Now they call me crazy and try not to acknowledge my knowledge. Crossover, AI.
Call me a psycho.
So it's a lot of things being said there. So I just hope that you guys are like, hey man, pay attention to everything. Stop talking so much. Start listening more. For real.
And read. Do your own research. Please do your own research.
Yes.
Don't just come to my video and be like, I believe everything he says.
Yes, because he's really an idiot.
We're all idiots in our own ways, right?
Exactly. We're brilliant idiots. Shout out to Charlamagne too.
Hey.
Last but not least, bruh, most important thing, and I hope that you take this away from this video, spread some motherfucking love. I can look at this man and say I love you at any time for no reason. Don't have to have a reason. You don't have to have a reason to love. Just love. Please. Because we really, 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 really need it right now.
Everybody.
Woo! Here we are.
And we got this guy. No, they can't stop us. They can't fucking stop us. Alright.
Started.
Thank you for watching this video. Peace.